Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. As you probably know, I try to make a video every day with the Russian losses in a war according to the Ukrainian side, which would make sense to be exaggerated because you always want to exaggerate the enemy's losses. So it creates more desire to fight on your side because you say, oh, well, these are the results, we're doing something right. And vice versa. You minimize your losses, so you feel a little bit stronger about your position and your situation in the war. The reason why I'm doing this is for in the future, this data will not be probably available because certain articles come and go. In this case, I finally found the Russian claims of their losses. So not only now the Ukrainians, who, for instance, they claim that that's approximate number. They say that they claim that about 30,700 Russian military personnel was killed. Were killed since February 24th when the invasion operation started. Now we have the Russians' numbers, and I would like you to pay attention to the title and the words used by this article, which is not coming from an Ukrainian source, actually. It's coming from The Insider. So this article comes from The Insider by John Halswagner Wanger from June 1st, 2022. This is the title. The Russian lawmaker makes ridiculous claim Russian troops aren't really dying in Ukraine amid reports of staggering losses. Well, he didn't say they're not dying. They're not dying at the same rate. That's what his claim. And then why is it ridiculous? Why are the Ukrainian, for instance, claims not ridiculous, but the Russian claims are ridiculous? Do we think that somehow Russians are definitely evil and the Ukrainians are definitely angel-like creatures? I don't think so. But nevertheless, let's read. A top Russian lawmaker claimed that Russian soldiers have essentially stopped dying in Ukraine. Now, that's couldn't be possible, right? Russia has not provided an updated official death toll from the war in Ukraine since March. Since then, so Russia is estimated to have lost 15,000 troops since the war began in late February. So 15,000 versus double that number by according to Ukrainian sources. Russia is estimated to have lost as many as 15,000 soldiers, if not. But actually, this is this 15,000 is not according to Russians. Wait and see. Russia is estimated to have lost as many as 15,000 soldiers, if not more, in the war in Ukraine so far. It is staggering death. It is a staggering death toll by any standards, particularly given the conflict started just a few months ago in late February. But according to the top Russian lawmaker, its soldiers have essentially stopped dying in the war, even as the fighting rages on with no end in sight. Andrei Kartapolov, head of Russia's rubber stamp Parliament Defense Committee and former Russian military officer who previously served as the deputy defense minister, said on Wednesday that, and I'm quoting, we have practically ceased to lose people. According to Moskovsky Komsomolets. Now, I don't think they stopped dying, but anyway, a Moscow-based paper. Currently, of course, they are wounded, but there are now such number of dead. Katrapolov added, stating that this is why the government has not provided an updated death toll in a while. I don't buy that, just to be fair here. Probably the government did not provide an updated death toll is because probably it's high and they don't want to give the impression that somehow they're losing and the public opinion will oppose war, basically. The outlandish claim, which echoes Kremlin's talking points that have been contradicted by a slew of other reports, reflect Moscow's extraordinary efforts to hide the true scale of the Russian military's losses in Ukraine from the Russian public. According to the Russian government's latest official numbers, which were released back in late March, 1,351 troops have been killed in Ukraine. So in late March, it'd be a month. So from February to March, a month, 1,351 troops have been killed in Ukraine. Western intelligence agency have placed the Russian death toll somewhere between 7,000 to 15,000. So this weasel who wrote this article, and his name is John Haltiwanger, he picked here the 15,000 when he said Russia is estimated to have lost 15,000 troops since the war began in late February. That's how he liked it. But here we find out that even the Western ones, intelligence services, between 7,000 and 15, but John considered that 15 sounds better to him. Okay, Ukraine's officials member put the Russian death toll as high as 30,000. A recent report from the independent Russian website iStories that was based on an analysis of other sources' data found that over 3,000 Russian soldiers have been killed in Ukraine. Similarly, an investigation from the BBC's Russian services published this week found that 3,052 Russian troops have died since the war began. So 3,000 is these guys. Between 7,000 and 15,000 is the foreign intelligence sources, and 30,000 the Ukrainian side. Both reports underscore that the true Russian death toll is likely far higher, but these were the deaths that could be confirmed based on available information. Russian President Vladimir Putin's propaganda machine has worked over time to keep Russians in the dark and blah, 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 blah. Okay, we got that one. Everybody does that. It's not really Russia. Everybody you think that Ukraine would say that they died, I don't know, 80,000 people. They would say maybe 3, and they just because they fell from a freaking truck while they were unloading some, I don't know, grain. Just saying, that's common practice. Is not only Russia propaganda machine. In a war, the first victim in a war is truth. So there we have it. But at least we got some numbers. But from 3,000, the Russian sources or data provided by whatever information they got, and we go to 7,000, between 7,000 and 15,000 by the foreign intelligence services, and then 30,000, probably today is going to be 31,000 from the Ukrainian intelligence or armed forces committee, generals, marshals, and so on. Well, the thing is, there's no celebration in people dying, that's for sure. So if it's 3,000 or if it's 30,000, still people died. And even if they're Russians, Ukrainians, French, Germans, or whatever, they have parents, they have mothers, they have fathers, some of them might have children, and so on. So that's no happiness there. And that is because of what? It's not because they decided that, but that their fate was decided by other people who are somewhere else, and they don't have this kind of risks associated with their the orders they gave. So it's unfortunately it's always been like this and will be like this. There will be some people and will have some mothers' children die in wars for their interest. And that those interests will be somehow linked to the country's interest, and with those poor guys who die in a war's interest. That's always been like that, will be and is like that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.